Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great week so far. In an online video, Simonson explains how equivalent and equal are not the same, and he gives examples of a circle and a square, both having the same area, but being a completely different shape. Now, the equivalency theory approaches learning much in the same way. Traditional learning in a classroom and online learning or distance learning both have nearly identical outcomes, yet it's the educator, the approach on guiding students to those outcomes, is what differs between the two. So, in developing a distance learning course, the designer ought to consider those differences between the two when building the course. In fact, on page 50, Simonson and others indicate that it's the responsibility of the distance educator to design or even over-design learning events that provide equivalent value for the learners. And in regards to the implementation, the delivery, or if you will, of a distance education course, the educator should also consider the investment of time required for successful delivery. Dr. Holder this week on slide 8 of our presentation discussed the actual time it takes to deliver a quality education, a quality equivalent education rather. And he mentioned that there's actually more time spent outside of class preparing for the class and grading papers than you actually spend inside the class. And so that time spent outside also added to this time inside should be considered as a factor in the overall implementation of it. One consideration as it relates to managing the course is student readiness. On page 300, Simonson and others indicate that the distance learning administrator should help ensure through self-assessment tools or personal interviews that the incoming students have the appropriate level of readiness. And that includes self-discipline and time management skills to be successful in an online environment. So those are my thoughts on this week's subject. Thank you.